It's like, man, I love you guys. You guys are like gospel tent revival without the religion. My name is Fred LeBlanc. I'm the lead singer and drummer of Cowboy Mouth, and Cowboy Mouth is a New Orleans-based rock and roll band that's been existing for almost 30 years. The members of Cowboy Mouth are me, Fred LeBlanc, on drums and vocals, John Thomas Griffith on guitar and vocals, Brian Broussard on bass and vocals, and Matt Jones on guitar and vocals. People always ask us who we sound like or who are your influences. You know, that's just too wide-ranging to say, but I always give a quick answer. I always said, even at the beginning of the band, I said, if the Neville Brothers and the Clash had a bastard child, it would be us. I still think that holds true. I chose the rock music route mostly because I'm a contrarian. You know, growing up in New Orleans, you would hear things like Mr. Big Stuff, Gene Knight, Lee Dorsey, you know, various incarnations of the Nevilles. You would hear that stuff on the radio, the Meters, They All Ask for You. But as much as that stuff influenced me, you know, growing up in the suburbs, I was just as influenced by things like the Sex Pistols, the Clash, the Beatles, Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones, things like that. So rock is kind of how I expressed myself musically, but had all these influences of just living in the city. It was an opportunity that just kind of popped up. I have an aunt, Baton Rouge, who's one of these southern kind of matriarch women, you know. Every once in a while she would get these feelings, these impressions, these feelings. And one day she came up and she says, Fred, I have the most marvelous idea. I think you should write a book, and I think it should be called Fred the New Orleans Drummer Boy. And it should be a young boy who's, like you, plays drums in a band and all the experiences there and celebrating New Orleans. And I was like, that's a great idea, Aunt Dottie. And everything just fell together very quickly. It was like one of those things that was just kind of meant to be. And it's done well and continues to sell to this day. Well, obviously, I'm pretty fond of Jenny Says. Jenny Says is like our musical money shot. It's the whole point of the show. Not the song, but the idea of letting go of your troubles, letting go of your burdens. Because when I put the band together, I wanted a kind of a punk rock, New Orleans gospel feel to this band. This is Southern American kick-ass rock and roll. And the whole idea goes back to Little Richard, Jerry Lee Lewis, all those guys who all came from the gospel church, using the music and the fervor of the music to find something better and stronger in yourself and reminding you of things that you already know that you've just forgotten because of the weight of the world. I love playing the TIPITINA'S. I've done many, many shows at TIPITINA'S. TIPITINA'S is one of my favorite places in the entire world. I can't tell you how happy I am that the Galactic guys took it over. It seems to be giving the place a new burst of energy. So I've always had a fondness for the room. It's a very warm room. It's a very warm sounding room. It's hard not to sound good at TIPITINA'S. Hi, I'm Fred from Cowboy Mouth, and I'm here hanging out at the Offbeat offices. I'm very glad to be playing TIPITINA'S this Friday night for a free Friday concert. I promise you, it'll be one of the best damn rock and roll shows you have ever seen, heard, or felt in your entire life!